The Bermuda Triangle has a reputation as one of the greatest natural mysteries known to the world. It's the site of many well-known flight and ship disappearances and accidents. For every reasonable theory, there are numerous outlandish ones of why the Bermuda Triangle has the effect it does on flight and ship. However, none of these theories seem to make an acceptable answer to both logic and myth. The legend of the Bermuda Triangle is full of fascinating history and science. Today, I'll go through the history of the Bermuda Triangle and some reasons why its history is littered with tragedy and uncertainty. For some background on the legend, we'll start with the general history of the Atlantic region between Miami, Puerto Rico, and Bermuda. Then we can look at some of the most prominent cases that gave the Bermuda Triangle the reputation it has today. Last, we'll go through some of the crazier theories, and then some of the more logical reasons of why the Bermuda Triangle has the effect it does on planes and ships. To refresh our understanding of the Bermuda Triangle, let's start with a basic history of it. The Bermuda Triangle has a long history full of strange and unknown occurrences. Dating back to Columbus, according to the History Channel, Christopher Columbus recorded unusual compass activity while he was traveling through the region. This could be attributed to the Bermuda Triangle being one of the only regions in the world at that time where true north and magnetic north aligned, which would mess up compasses, which usually point towards magnetic north. Also from the History Channel, when Christopher Columbus sailed through the area on his first voyage to the New World, he reported a great flame of fire, which they theorized to be a meteor, crashed into the sea one night, and a strange light appeared in the distance a few weeks later. The region didn't gain the traction it has today until March 1918, when the USS Cyclops, which held over 300 men and 10,000 tons of manganese ore, sank between Barbados and Chesapeake Bay. Woodrow Wilson wrote of it, "Only God and the sea know what happened to the great ship." Now that we have an established knowledge of the Bermuda Triangle, we should study the cases that encourage the spread of the myth and the conspiracy. There are only a few cases that fueled the Bermuda Triangle's infamy, probably because, like many other flight and ship accidents, there aren't that many in the first place. So, according to History Channel again, the earliest incident that we can find is Christopher Columbus's strange recordings, which I already mentioned. Then the 20th century marked the public's captivation. You see, Christopher Columbus's strange recordings were notable, but they weren't that important in a way. But there are two cases, both from the US, that really incited the speculation and legend behind the Bermuda Triangle. There was the previously mentioned USS Cyclops, and then in December 1945, Flight 19, which was the leader of 5 Navy bombers carrying 14 men, left from Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and got lost after having malfunctioning compasses. All the other planes had to fly around until they lost their fuel and had to leave their planes at sea. A 13-man rescue crew got sent to find the missing plane by the Navy and also disappeared. The Navy searched for weeks and held a huge investigation, found nothing. Now that we've gone through the history, let's look at some of the science and the theories, which are the fun part. There are so many theories that try to explain how the Bermuda Triangle works. You could swim through all the explanations people have for it. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration records some of the more outlandish conspiracies, such as extraterrestrials, the lost civilization of Atlantis, or vortices that can suck things into a different dimension. Fun. They also provide some of the more logical explanations. Most tropical storms and hurricanes in the Atlantic pass through the Bermuda Triangle and caused many wrecks and accidents for ships before we had reliable weather forecasting. The Gulf Stream can also create rapid and violent weather changes that, combined with the many areas of shallow water in the Caribbean Sea, can be dangerous for ship navigation. The Bermuda Triangle is also known as a region where magnetic compasses can point towards true north rather than magnetic north, which can complicate directions and navigation. So today we've looked through the history and science behind the Bermuda Triangle. While there are many theories ranging from aliens to magnetic directions and everything in between, the Bermuda Triangle will likely remain a mystery. There will likely never be a reasonable explanation to satisfy both the logic and whimsy behind the Bermuda Triangle. Thank you for listening.